somewhere, and then they kind of stuck us in a corner. We were lucky, so we stayed, but we didn't go out after that. We just ate at the resort.
I'm not concerned about going out to dinner. We're having this stay right here. Just easy for all of us to help cook.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It'll be fun.
What did we end up making on the soup? Did you find out? Soup? 11 total? Is that the payout too? So 1,100 profit? Wow.
Yep, it's pretty good.
So who's getting the money? Deacons or no? It's up in the air. General fund? Everything seems like the general fund. General fund.
Definitely, definitely.
My mic's on. Yes. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Silver Sneakers Flex Chair Yoga class with Olivia. I'm Olivia, and this is my church home, North Presbyterian Church in Williamsville, New York. I am delighted you chose to come to class today, and if this is your first time, welcome. A special welcome. I hope you find it to be beneficial to your health and general well-being. If you've been here before, of course, welcome back. Today we're going to continue to work on sun salutation. Maybe a little different than last week. I'm going to add a little twist to it. I hope you continue to find love of movement and love and respect for your own body, that you celebrate your capabilities and appreciate your inabilities. That's not quite the right word I want to say, but respect your limitations. For where there is love, there will always be great miracles. So grab a chair without any arms, grab yourself a glass of water, maybe take your shoes off if you're in a comfortable place to do that. I hope you've read the risk release that was on the screen before. Let's get started. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, come on out to the edge of your seat if you will, please. I want you to become aware of your posture right away. And what your posture says to you oftentimes is your mood. Okay, so today I want you to relax the shoulders, lift the heart, and insert a little mindfulness into your breath work today. Take a deep breath in, let the shoulders ride up. Exhale, sigh. Let them roll back down. Okay, so come to stillness. You've arrived, that's half the battle. Everything is prepared around you. You've put everything else for the rest of the 45 minutes on hold, and allow yourself to be present. Close your eyes, or you may drop your gaze downward. Breathing deep, in through the nose, out through the nose. Long inhale, maybe an even longer exhale. Feel yourself settle deeper into the sit bones. And find, have you rolled to the front? Have you tucked the tailbone? Find the very tip of them. And be aware of your posture. Make those little subtle changes if you need to get the heart lifted. The chin resting on that imaginary shelf. The shoulders facing the shoulder heads facing the side walls. And of course, let the corners of your mouth turn up in a little bit of a frown, and a little bit of a smile. Get rid of that frown. Let's bring the hands together at the heart, dropping the chin to your chest, maybe setting an intention for class, maybe just coming to stillness. What brought you here? What do you hope to get out of it? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to hold on to? All right, and opening your hands as if unfurling. Here I am. Right? And then send the fingers forward, thumbs out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, open. Thumbs to the back. Exhale to the heart. Drop your chin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press them out. This time, drop the chin round the spine. Inhale, open out. Exhale, hands at the heart. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, press them out. Drop the chin again. And then inhale, open the arms wide, thumbs out to the side walls. And then let's come into a little arc over, reaching skyward, pass through the center. I'm going to use the opposite hand for support on my leg, allowing the shoulder to drop down. Maybe even the elbow comes closer to the hip there as you do this. Let it drop down, tucking it in. And again. Keeping both sit bones on the chair still, so you are really grounded. It's like you've glued yourself to the chair. Okay. And one more time. All right, from here, let's take that arm right in front. And we're going to extend that right arm or left arm back to the back wall. Come back to the front. Deep breath in. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, come back. Should you need to take a smaller range of motion, go ahead and bring the arms in a little bit, all right? As I always say, I want you to find what feels good. This is where we're going to celebrate our abilities and respect our limitations today. Let's take both arms back or out and just circle the wrists. And wiggle the fingers like you're going to wave to somebody. Let's get the toes going too. Tap the toes. Yeah. And then bring the hands in. Just let them rest. And I'm still tapping my toes. All right. Find a rhythm or just, or not. All right. And then release. Press the toes down into the ground, arms up behind the head. I'm going to walk my feet out toe heel just a little bit for a little more twist. And then the other side. Twist. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop over. I'm going to come to the front, over to the other side, and lift the elbow and back. All right? Over, around, and back up. And again, and I need to get my hair clipped. And again, over, around, and back up. Over, around. I hope you've got it. And one more time. And back up. All right. Release the arms back down. Got a lot of twist stuff going in. Let's work on the head. So imagine you are drawing a circle right in front with your nose. And you can make it as big or as small as you'd like. Getting into those tight spots in the neck. Being careful not to let the head fall back. Just lifting the chin. All right, let's go the other way. Same thing. You begin to feel here those Rice Krispies in your neck, right? As long as there's no pain. And one more time. All right, coming to the center, rest the chin. Let's drop the chin down towards the chest, feeling that great stretch in the back of the neck. I'm going to slide my hands back towards the crease of the hip. And then slide the hands forward towards the kneecaps and lift the heart. And again, slide, drop the chin, slide forward, lift the heart. Now you notice my head's going up here, but really it's just following the line of my spine here. Tucking the chin. I'm going to show you from the side. It's just following that line. I'm not letting the head fall back. I'm just lifting. And again, begin to feel a little stretch in through the torso there too. And one more time. Lifting. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, let's take a forward fold. And then inhale, halfway rise. Come into our chair pose. Heart comes forward. Reach into chair pose. Parallel the arms. And then lifting up. Do it again. Deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. This time what I want you to do is tuck the chin. Look underneath the chair. Halfway rise, looking forward and reaching up. All right. Feet are right underneath the knees, bringing that right knee up, just a little circle in the ankle. All right. So extending that leg out and then bring it right back in. And again, inhale, exhale. Maybe a little round in the upper body, all right? So inhale. Don't use the hands if you don't need them. Use one. Or use none. And in. One more time. And back in. All right, this time take it out. And then I want you to turn the toe towards the side and then across the body. All right, so it looks a little bit like a windshield wiper. You can use the hands behind to help you sit up even taller, but that rotation is going to happen in the hip there, all right? You can bend the knee. That's okay too. Wish-wash. One more time. All right, release back down. Notice how you feel. You've used this leg, you're going to feel it. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting up. All right, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, come in. Round the spine if you'd like. Don't use any hands if you don't need them. Put the foot on the ground if that feels better to you. But again, find what feels good. I'm merely here with suggestions. And again, exhale. One more time. Exhale. And then this time the leg goes out. Again, you can keep it bent. Use the chair if you'd like. Straighten it out. But we're going to windshield wiper the foot out to the side and across. If I bend my knee, maybe you can see how that's happening better, right? but the rotation is happening in the hip. Being careful if you have some hip trouble or hip replacement. One more time. All right, all the way in. Put the feet underneath you. I'm going to back them up just a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Hands to the heart. Hinge forward. All right, so you need to be out at the front of the seat right there because you're going to get ready to stand up. You can use the hands here, or use the chair. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly in. We're going to rise back up. And then you know what? Let's take the feet about a hip width apart. So a little wider than what we usually take, okay, which is the heels underneath the sit bones. I'm going to widen them out. It's about chair width for me, but not quite. At least I'd like to think of that. Okay, and we're going to take some moving chair pose. So your chair is behind you. Should you need to sit down, you take the range of motion that works for you. Deep breath in and exhale. We're going to circle sweep the arms. Keep looking towards your device. You can keep the hands here or here. Reaching up. In fact, you know what? Let's just take them here as we come down. Push right back to the ceiling. Exhale down. Push right back to the ceiling. Resist that urge to look down towards the ground and take that round out of your spine. All right, keeping it nice and straight. Crown of the head to the tailbone. Again, 2 more. Exhale. Now let's just take one more. Works so nice with the breath. And exhale. And we're going to hold this here for now. Extend the arms back. And now, straightening the legs, you're going to come into this airplane pose right here. And I say straighten, I still have a bend in them. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the navel in towards the spine. And from here, we're simply going to rise up, coming into beautiful mountain pose. All right, shake out. All right, let's grab a drink of water, get around to the back of the chair. Okay. So coming into downward facing dog, heel the hand on the chair and splay the fingers out here. Really give them a good stretch, okay? And then go and curl them. You don't have to go into downward facing dog just yet. I just want to work on these fingers here just a little bit. Splay them out and coming right back in. So when we are in downward facing dog on a mat, our hands are perfectly flat because they fit on the mat, right? Perfectly. And we keep them splayed out because we want to use all parts of the finger in downward facing dog. We want to get that strength in the forearm. I talk about that when we come into plank position. That strength in the forearm, so we take the pressure off the heel of the hand. So in downward facing dog, let's do that, okay? We're going to take them out, press the heel of the hand, and step back. From the side, if you haven't seen this, feet come underneath the hips, and I'm going to soften the knees as much as I need to. Now, depending on the flexibility in the shoulders and your hips, you may be looking at the back of the chair, you may be looking towards the earth, all right? Tip the pelvis forward so the tailbone goes to the back wall, all right? It's not going skyward, it's not tucking underneath you, it's going to the back wall. And so bend the knees as much as you need to, as much as you feel comfortable. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Breathe deep into the back ribs. And then let's just come to stillness here and try to lighten up a little bit on the hands. And you do that by firming up the legs, firming up the core muscles. My hands are still there, but I'm not putting all my weight on them then. Breathe. One more breath. All right, taking the gaze over the chair, step into the chair, come into mountain pose. So normally, let's see, heels underneath the sit bones. So normally I would say, really engage those leg muscles today. Draw the kneecaps up into the thigh muscles. Today I'm going to ask you to sink the knees just a hair, okay? Almost a little bit bouncy, because when we come to the sun salutation, that's how I'm going to want you to be, okay? So instead of, we never lock them out, but we pull the kneecaps up. Today, just a little ease up there. Keep the tailbone drawing downward. Turn the palms forward still. belly comes in, heart's lifted. All those beautiful things that we need to remember when we're walking through this world, right? And it was Lynn that said that on our walk the other day. Breathe. All right, hands on the chair. Let's take a little cat and cow. So I'm going to take a little step back, baby step back. And then heart comes forward like you're pushing the grocery cart. And then exhale, sink into the knees, round the spine. The last thing to come down is the head. And then coming out of this, lift the tailbone to the back wall and let this roll up through the spine. Heart comes forward. Tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly and round. And then release that tailbone, let it roll up through the spine. Tuck the tailbone around. This feels so good to me. I could do this all day long. And then release, coming up. All right, I'm going to step out to the right. I'm going to take my right hand on top of the left, sink into the right knee, and get a really nice stretch down the right side of my body. I'm looking down towards my left toes. Come back to the center. And then step out to the left, bend the left knee, left hand goes on top of the right, pushing the hips over to the left. Coming right back to the center, hands back on the thigh muscles. All right, so what I want you to do is release, bend the knees, look down towards the ground, maybe even look back towards your ankles. Then as we come into monkey pose, we halfway rise, you look towards the ground, heart comes forward, and then we circle sweep, you look forward, and we rise up, take the gaze between the hands. Doesn't have to be far, but it's upward salute. Reach through the little fingers, release back down. All right, perfect. The sun salutation. So what I'd like you to do is turn your chair all the way around. So you're going to look at me over your device, okay? Or over the chair. You're going to look at the device over your chair. I'm going to turn mine sideways so you can see what the heck I'm doing in the back. All right, so coming up to your chair, and as we come into this, you're going to want to be in a place where the shoulders can be over the wrists. Those are wrists, yes. So just coming to the front of the chair, come into our mountain pose. And first, go ahead and lift the kneecaps up into the thigh muscles. Okay? Maybe even internally rotate the thighs ever so slightly. Create a little more space. You will feel that happen as you do that in the back. Yeah, creates that little bit of space. Okay. So then what I want you to do is soften the knees a little bit. And we're going to come into just almost a little bounciness right here. Hands come to the heart. Sink the knees just a bit. Shoulders are still back. And here we go. We're going to take the right side first. Deep breath in. Arms release down towards the ground or the chair. All right? We're going to halfway rise. Let the heart come towards the back of the chair. Hands find the chair. Step back on the right foot. Now toe ball heel. We're going to rise up into our warrior one. You're going to come away from the chair. Should you still need the chair, stay there with both hands on the chair. Deep breath in. Hands find the chair. Let's step back to downward facing dog. So walking the feet back, splay the fingers out, point them towards the front of the back of the chair, hollow your belly, soften your knees. All right, bring that right foot forward. I'm going to step back a little bit on my left because I want to come into one-legged plank, low lunge right here. And you can take the hands to the front, you can come to the fists or wrap the arms around. With your right hand, put it on your right hip, lift that right shoulder on top of the left shoulder. You're going to take the gaze to the right wall, turn the palm to the right wall, and depending on your flexibility in your shoulder, we're going to allow that arm to rise skyward. Breathing deep. both hands on the chair. And this is where we're going to come into our plank position. You may stay right there if you'd like. Be sure the shoulders are over the wrist. We're going to bring the heart forward. You find strength there, belly in. Take that right leg back. Ground the feet, step back to downward facing dog. Turn the palms towards the back of the chair if you haven't got that going on already. And as you look between your hands, step into the chair. Let's reverse swan dive back up and bring the hands back to the heart. Little micro bend in the knees as we get ready for the other side. All right, we sink. Deep breath in. Forward fold. You can take the hands on the chair or down towards the thigh muscles. Inhale, halfway rise. Heart comes forward. Hands on the chair. Step back. Toe, ball, heel. That toe is turned out. Front knee over the ankle. Here comes our warrior one. Walk your hands up the thigh if you need to. Breathing. Drop your shoulders. Heart comes forward. Find your warrior one. The love of movement here. And then hands find the chair. We step back to downward facing dog. Toe or fingers face the chair, pressing the fingertips into the chair as well. All right, look between your hands. Step in on the left foot. Now I'm going to step out a little bit more on the right. I'm going to take my left hand on my hip. This is depending on how you're on your own flexibility. I'm going to lift my left shoulder on top of the right. I'm going to extend that left arm out, palm facing the left, and depending on the flexibility, up that arm goes, reaching skyward. Drive the right palm into the chair for balance, for security, and also to help you twist even deeper. Twisted, low lunge. Both hands find the chair. Step back to our downward facing dog again. Breathe. Take your gaze between your hands, walking into the chair. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Deep breath in. And hands back to the heart. Soften the knees. Release the arms down. Smile on your face. Sun salutation, right side and left side. I hope it worked for you. All right, let's step out, take a little shake. We'll come around to the back of the chair. Okay. All right, wide standing downward, wide standing mountain pose. So taking your feet to the outside edge of your chair, if you can. At the very least, lined up with the leg of the chair, maybe even wider, and come into that mountain pose once again. Be careful you don't lock out your knees. Put a little micro bend. Draw the tailbone downward. Lift up through the pelvic floor. The belly comes in. The heart lifts. Breathe. All right, two choices. You can lift the toe or you can pull the heel in, depending on how deep of a warrior two posture you will come into. Keep this baby toe edge of your foot grounded and sink into that knee. Let's open the arms wide. Turn the gaze over the two peace fingers, but imagine you're trying to touch somebody out here to the left. So reach to the left as you gaze to the right. Breathing deep, front knee over the ankle, back leg is straight. Check in with all those things. Find that muscle memory, find that joy of movement, and now the joy of stillness. Turn that right hand to the ceiling. Let's lift up into reverse. Be careful not to straighten the ankle, or straighten the knee. So choices. You can use the chair for balance if you need it, by all means. You can slide the hand down the back leg or turn that palm to the back wall. Slide it into your back right pocket. Now, keeping this arm up here, what I want you to do is straighten the front leg. You think we're going into triangle pose, but we're not. I want you to bend that front knee. Maybe take it a little deeper than where you are comfortable, all right? So it comes to the knee and maybe goes ever so slight deeper, because we're not going to stay here. We're just going to work this left leg or right leg, pushing it up and down, keeping this left leg glued to the ground. Back up again. Finding length in that arm. If you need to bend it, it's okay. But splay those fingers out wherever you are. And one more time. And hold. All right, back to that warrior two. Reach around. Pull back like you're pulling on a bow and arrow. Let your gaze go back. Bam. And again, I've got that knee over the ankle in the front. Back leg is grounded. And when I come to this position, I've got head over heart over pelvis, right? And again, so maybe leaning forward here, but head over heart over pelvis. One more time. Lovely. Slide, rest, and lifting that arm if you're comfortable with that. My hair's tickling my nose. Reaching skyward. Turn the gaze if you can. Get that hand on the chair if you start to get wobbly. All right, in this position, what I want you to do is push the hips to the left and straightening that front leg. All right, so now we come into that triangle pose, using the chair if you'd like, or release it down there to the shin, just gently. Push the hips forward towards the chair. Draw the shoulders back. You may come up higher, it's okay. Both legs are straight, torso is straight, and you're still breathing and smiling and enjoying movement. And now enjoy 2 breaths of stillness. All right, so lifting back up, turn that toe to the front, both arms up, passing through heart center to beautiful mountain pose. Okay, we go the other way. I'm going to turn the toe or lift the heel, whatever is comfortable for you, and find that leg out in warrior one, reaching, head over, heart over pelvis. That's where you're most secure. You can take those nice deep breaths. The organ systems all work best as opposed to this, right? So open. Turn the gaze over those 2 peace fingers. We're going to turn that palm to the ceiling and lift up, keeping that front knee bent. Okay, keeping this arm lifted here. You can always take it bent, hand behind the head, maybe the hand here, but keep it steady as you focus on what's going on in that leg. So I'm going to come knee over the ankle, maybe stretch a little bit deeper. And again, and turn the gaze if you'd like. Remember, this right hand can stay on the chair, can come to the back leg, palm can turn to the back wall, and you can slide it into your back left pocket. And again, 2 more. Last one. Check in with the legs as we come into warrior two. Beautiful. Open the arms. All right, here we are, head over heart over pelvis. Now I'm going to lean towards my left as I pull back, elbow, shoulder to shoulder, extend. The gaze maybe comes here, but head over heart over pelvis. So square yourself up again. All right, deep breath in. Exhale. Pulling back. And stretch. Now, what's happened to that knee? Has it started to buckle in on you here? So keeping that knee right over the ankle. If that means you need to turn the toe just a little more in, that's okay. But really firm up that knee right over the ankle. Pulling back. Beautiful. Come into extended angle. Reach to the ceiling. Keep that hand on the chair if you need it. All right, and turn the gaze if you can. Okay, now what I want you to do, using the chair if you'd like, we're going to straighten that leg and those hips are going to push to the right. Again, I have a little micro bend in this knee, all right? Don't ever lock it out. But releasing that hand down, you can come up higher, that's okay, that's fine. But we're in our, you are in your triangle pose now, right? Turning the gaze if you can. Come to stillness, 2 breaths. level this out. Hands on the chair, turning the toes to the front. And let's take the, I lied. Let's take the toes to the corners of the mat, of your imaginary box, and sink into the knees here. Now, take the hands on the chair because I want you to lift the heart and I don't want you to fall back, okay? That tail is going to the ground. You look towards your device and then allow the heart to lift. So truly lift the heart, feel a little stretch in the front body because I know we tend to do this. So lifting, press that baby toe edge of your feet, both feet down into the ground and lift the heart. All right, staying there. Press the elbow back. I'm going to move to the other hand. If you need that chair, switch hands. Coming into beautiful goddess pose. You are upright here. And then our star pose. Reach high. Hands to the heart. Bring them back to heart center. And then walk the feet in again. Downward facing dog. I have hair tickling my nose. I apologize. I just had a cut. Wiggling the fingers and then splay them out. Come into downward facing dog with a little movement if that feels good to you, or come into it with stillness. Bringing the hands back to the knees. Bend the knees. Tuck the chin. Look right back towards your thighs, maybe towards the ground. Scoop the belly round the spine and roll back up this time. You come back up, lift the shoulders up, around, and down. Ta-da! Okay, grab a drink of water. We got a little balance session to do. Come around to the side of the chair, if you will. And stepping up on the left foot. Oh, you know what? We're just going to take an easy tree pose today. I just decided. I worked you hard there already. So let that left heel leave the earth, right heel leave the earth. And then a little bit of a little micro bend. I want you to be sure you haven't locked that leg out, but firm the leg muscles up. And then ever so slight bend. Maybe I can show you from here. So this would mean I was locking this leg out. I hope you can see that. But what I'm going to do is going to ease up just a little bit and firm up the leg and the glute. Okay, so you're really ready for when you come into balance. We're first going to start with our sapling pose. So lifting, in fact, let's put the hand on the chair. Lifting the heel to the ankle and take a little baby arc over. So you're really using the chair here. It's like you got branches swaying in the breeze. Okay, leaving that arm up. All right, now you may stay right there with your sapling pose, or you may move into your tree pose, which means maybe the foot comes up. Maybe one hand comes to your heart. Maybe it stays on the chair. Maybe you have two branches. Have you got that smoothness to your breath? Stay with your breath. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Turn the knee to the front. Flex the foot. Hinge at the hip. And we extend it out. I'm going to use the chair. Go ahead and do that. My front leg has a little bend to it. Now, you can flex the foot or point the toe. Let the heart come forward. You can even drop the toe down to the ground as we come into our airplane pose. Or splay your toes out. All right, foot comes in, reach skyward. Upward salute. We forward fold. Halfway rise. Hands behind you, soften the knees, and we're simply going to stand back up. All right, other side. All right. Lift that left heel. Firm up that right leg. For me, I soften the knee just a little bit and turn the heel towards the ankle. And then using the chair for your balance, support, we're going to take a little arc over. Yeah. And then coming right back up. We're going to try to leave that arm up there. You want to bend it, that's okay. You want to bring it to your heart, that's okay too. And then we come into our tree pose. And should you find balance, explore that idea of 2 branches. All right, let's bring the hand or hands to the heart, whatever. Bring the knee to the front. Now, I'm going to curl the heel towards my seat, hinge at the hip, so I've bent that knee, and almost like you're going to kick that back wall extended out. And you can put the toe on the ground if that feels better. You can. Point the toe, flex the toe, splay the toes out. But come into our airplane pose. Allow the heart to continue to draw forward. You're going to catch that wind underneath your hands here. So you're lifting that front body, grounding through the back body. And then both feet down, deep breath in. Let's let the hands pass through heart center this time as we forward fold to the earth. Hands are going to hang, they're going to come to the knees. Maybe they're going to come to the ground depending on how deep. I want you to tuck your chin, look back towards the ground, towards the knees, and then halfway rise, look towards the earth. Sweep forward, look forward. Rising up, look between your hands. Keep lifting the hands, which lifts the heart and lifts the head as well. And bring them together, come back to our heart center, and release into mountain pose. In your head, scream a wow. All right. Just let her out. Let's shake out. Okay. All right. We shall make our way to the chair. Grab another drink of water, and let's sit back down. And out to the edge of your seat again. Let's just drop the sole of the foot over towards the other leg. And let that knee rest out to the side. Now if you've been told not to cross the midline, I want to give this to you because this is always a great option to do this, all right, for our piriformis stretch, number 4, I forget, half lotus, yeah. Figure 4, that's the word I'm trying to think of, or half lotus pose, half pigeon. This is a wonderful option for that. Okay, but if you have not had hip replacement, hip trouble, knee trouble, and this is part of your practice, what we're going to do is simply slide that leg up. Reach for it and allow the ankle to cross over there at your knee. Now, you can always hold this leg up if that feels better to you. I'm going to grab hold of the outside edge of my right foot, and I'm going to begin to let this knee open up. You will feel this maybe in different places, maybe the inner thigh, maybe the outer thigh, maybe the low back. As long as there's no pain here, and as long as you've been told to cross the midline, that's okay. Keeping this foot flexed is very important to protect this knee. The next thing is I want you to sit up on the tip of the sit bones, and that way, and that alone may help you to really feel this more. I'm going to press my hand, lay my hand gently here, and with that tall spine, I'm going to begin to hinge forward, bringing the heart forward and the shoulders back. So I'm coming forward with a beautiful straight spine instead of this slumping over, all right? And that's a challenge for sure, I get it. So work where you are comfortable and find what feels good. Maybe this is part of your practice and you might even forward fold over that, all the way over this leg. Also, knee over the ankle. Don't forget that. Coming out of this, sit up tall. I'm going to cross this leg over. Again, not part of your practice. You can lift that knee up that's been on the ground. You can put this on the ground. All right? So lying those two knees up, I have my right leg on top. I'm going to take my right arm on the bottom. And then you can take it to the small of the back, that's fine, and my left arm up. Now here's your choice. You can simply stay right there, resting it on the crown of the head, or begin to walk the two hands together. All right? That's another choice. Give me the illusion that maybe they touch. But what's key, again, is the back is always straight. So if you're working at this position and coming this way, you've gone too far. Open this back up. Press that elbow back. And you'll notice, first of all, just simply how much better that feels. No need to struggle. Work where you are comfortable. Breathe deep. Let's extend the arms out to the side. We're going to add a twist. Deep breath. Exhale, drop the shoulders and twist. And then just let the arms float down. So you are looking to the right wall. You are sitting square on both sit bones. You have turned from the midsection, so the knees are still facing your device straight ahead. I'm going to use my hand for just a little leverage, ever so slight. Not pulling, just ever so slight rest. And then maybe turning the gaze if you can. One more breath. And then slowly come back to the front. You're not spring-loaded. Just notice how you feel when you get back there and get that spine straight again. All right, let's release that leg out. Both hands on the back of the chair. Now I'm going to tuck my left leg underneath me a little bit more. I'm going to press into the heel of the hand and also into my foot to try to lighten the weight on my seat. Now, if you've got shoulder issues, neck issues, simply grab hold and lift the heart. Otherwise, I'm going to press back, press into the heel of the hand, and get a wee bit lighter. Kind of my version of reverse plank or maybe even fish pose. Lifting the heart. Keep the chin tucked so you can still breathe nicely. Release, come on, nice and tall. Let the shoulders relax and we switch to the other foot. Remember, we started right here with the sole of the foot facing that right foot. This may be your variation today if you've had hip replacement or hip trouble, knee trouble, right there on the ground. Okay. If not, slide her up. Here we go. And when you need to grab hold of it and pull it across, go ahead and do so. Keep the foot flexed. You can always support this leg here, or allow it to open up. Knee over the ankle, sitting nice and tall, deep breath. Oh. And then as you hinge forward, ever so slightly, continue to lengthen the spine and watch we're not collapsing in the front body. So that, again, that front body's gonna lift, the back body, the shoulders are gonna draw down the back. Yeah. And again, if this is part of your practice, by all means, feel comfortable enough to forward fold, go for it. I bet you have two different sides. This side feels a lot different than the other one. You may feel outside edge, maybe inner thigh, maybe low back. Just be aware of the sensations. Pay attention to it. Respect those sensations that they are telling you something. And challenge only when you're ready, not when you're ready because I am, all right? All right, lifting back up. We're going to lift this leg over. And now, left leg on top, left hand on the bottom, and come right back there to the small of your back is just fine, or take it up to the middle back. And up rides that right arm. Okay, maybe the top of your head, maybe the back of your neck. Maybe you can creep the fingers together and give me the illusion you're touching and everybody's smiling and everybody's sitting up nice and tall. Connect with those people around you who are taking this class at the same time. I think there's a few of you. Breathing deep. One more. All right. releasing the arms out to the side. Let the shoulders fall down. And we take a deep breath in. Exhale, we twist to the left. And wherever the arms land, they land. So be it. And you are looking to the left wall. Maybe turn the chin. Take a little bit deeper if you'd like. Up to you. And then slowly come back to the front. Slide that left leg out. You can drop the toe down or lift it up. I'm going to put the weight into the heel of my hands a little bit. Tuck the elbows in, pressing down. I'm even going to put a little bit of weight pushing up on my right foot to lift. Ease up ever so slightly on my seat. Breathe. And also keep that foot flexed. Release. Whew. A little shake out. Walk your hips back to the back of the chair. And settle on in. I have a nice chair that I can get a little back massage, low back massage on. If you can, push back into it and enjoy that. If you've got one with posts, that probably would not feel very good. Let's slide the toes to the front, a little flex and point, little circle in the wrists, and then a little wiggle and a little wave. All right. Coming back. Hands to your heart. You have choices. If this feels better to you, if this feels better, whatever feels good, you want to lie down on the floor at this point for our few last moments of Shavasana. Go ahead and do so. Tucking the shoulders underneath you. Relax through the jaw and throat. Take a deep breath in. Just sigh. Relax. You've arrived. You've finished. You made it. And then just begin some deep breaths in and out through the nose. If you need a few moments longer, by all means, stay there and just enjoy. If not, wiggle your fingers and toes. If you've got something else you need to get onto, I understand that too. Bring the hands together at your heart. Open your eyes once again. Dropping your chin to your chest. Thank yourself for coming to practice. I certainly thank you for taking your time to come to practice today. Remembering gratitude turns everything we have into enough. And so with a grateful heart, I say to you all today, Namaste, Shalom. Have a lovely weekend. I won't be back here again until the second week of May, but I hope you'll return and practice with me once again. Stay safe, stay well, and keep practicing.